Let's quickly start with our session. In our last session, did you guys took the program last session? Yes, no? The ADO.NET. Okay. I guess we did not see the output, right? Okay, I will show the output now. Okay, I'm just running the program and just showing the output. Okay, I'm just entering employee number here, 101, and I'm just entering RSIT. Click on register. So records inserted successfully, but we don't know whether that got inserted or not. We'll just open our SQL server. Okay. Now open the database. Employee. So now click on new query. See, just we need to write one query. Select star from table name EMP. What is our table name EMP? So see 101 narration, right? We got the values. Okay. Similarly, if you want to add few more, we can see. This 45. Rohit. What is the other number? Virat Kohli number 29. I don't know. Okay. See, now we'll just check the database. Yes or no? Values are saving. Got it? 18. Okay. Next time when we insert, we will do that. Okay. Is that correct? Anyone have any questions now? So, did you people took the program, this one completely? I think yes, right? Okay. So, okay. This is what done. So now similarly, so what we will do here is we'll just try for some more program. So for the same program, if I enter my username, it should read based upon my username. If username and employee name both matches, then it should redirect to some other page. That's what my next program. Okay. So see, simple. Here, this is like username and this is like my password. Okay. When username matches to that employee number, then if when username equals to something, and if that password matches to this username, then only it will redirect to next page. Okay, that is what my next program. Okay. Before that, we'll discuss few things in our HDO.NET. So we have some drawbacks with our connection-oriented architecture. So what are they? I'll just explain. So in our step 2, what we are doing, we are opening the connection. In our last step, what we are doing, step 6, we are closing the connection. For example, if user fails to close the connection, or if user forgets to close this connection here, then what will happen? So the connections, the number of connections will increase. So the number of connections will increase. For example, one user got failed to close the connection. Now 10 users came, 100 users came, 200 users came. Then what happened? The burden on the server got increased now, and the number of active connections got increased now. After reaching some certain limit, what will happen? The application will stop working. Okay, the application will stop working. So this is what the biggest disadvantage of our disk connection oriented architecture. And one more thing, the drawback with connection oriented architecture is we can send the data to database, like we can create, edit, update, but we cannot read the data by using connection oriented architecture. Okay, in order to avoid that, and one more thing, so what is happening, like in connection oriented architecture, simply we are directly communicating with our database, like we are directly communicating with our original database. So there is some chance of hacking also here. In order to avoid that, we are going for a concept called disconnection oriented architecture. I will explain that, but before that, just note down the drawbacks. So what I wrote here, in connection oriented architecture, we have to open the connection, we have to close the connection. If user open the connection and fails to close the connection, the database will be maintained. So the traffic will be increased and performance will be decreased. Okay, people got it this point? Or can I explain one more time? Point number 2. So it is used to send the data or forward OD direction. It is not bidirectional. Due to that, what will happen? We cannot perform read operations by using a connection oriented architecture. And finally, connection oriented architecture will directly communicate with original database. We cannot store the data in temporary database or something. So it is a drawback. So in order to overcome those 3 drawbacks, we are going for disconnection oriented architecture. Okay, got it? Any questions here? Yes, no? Okay, please note down those 3 points. I will explain about disconnection oriented architecture. So how many of you practiced connection oriented architecture? I know few people messaged in the group. Very good. Santosh practiced. Only one, two people. See, I don't know. I'm disappointed with few people. So they don't respond. If I unmute at all, they don't respond. If I ask questions, they don't respond. I don't know whether they're joining the class or they're just keeping their headphones and they're sleeping. What I don't know. See, if I unmute also, they are not responding. But not everyone. Some 10 people, less than 10 people only. I don't know what happened. So if you have some problems or something, message me on my phone so that, okay, due to this reason, they are unable to unmute themselves or they are unable to speak or they are unable to type. That's what I, okay. Yes, only few people. Sagar, you practiced, right? Okay, very good, Sagar. I will ask randomly. Yeah, Gopi, you practiced, I know. Ajay, Anusha, what happened, madam? You practiced, you got the output. See, if you go for other sessions or other somewhere, no one will ask ask you like this. It's simple. They will come and they will tell something. They will go. That's it. So if I'm taking this much care on you people. So if you don't know anything, also see, you people know. So you C sharp people know. So they don't know anything initially, and so if now you people are perfect in terms of what C sharp, right? Similarly, I will definitely try to make you people perfect in terms of ASP.NET also. But when you people put your 100% effort, that is first point, and people should respond. So you people should give respect to. See, you don't need to give respect to me, but you need to give respect to .NET. That's what I always feel. Because so maybe your wishes are is helping you to learn .NET, but .NET is part of your life, and I will be part of your life. Because see, what I always feel, if you respect .NET will brings you respect. Okay, .NET won't respect you, but it will brings you respect. Okay, how? See, when you get the job, so initially some 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. So when you are growing, your package will increase like 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Okay, so that will bring you status in the world. It will bring you some luxury life like new house, cars and all, everything it will bring you. So see, that means automatically people will respect you. So because I'm respecting .NET, that's the reason you are respecting me. You are always used to call me sir, right? If I don't know anything in .NET, you don't respect me, right? Agree with me? Yes or no? That's the reason. If someone is asking, it's minimum basic. See, if you are not speaking with me well, how we will speak in front of interviewer? So just come out of the shy and speak, open up. So ask the questions, practice, get the output. Okay. So then you will get the job. If you don't speak anything, you don't respond to anything. So then how you will get the job? Just tell me. Just think on it. Think about it. Asha. So Asha, you got the output? No, you practiced. Sandhya, Balaji, what about you? Bhaskar, Gayatri, Chandrabhushan, Koteswara, Deepak, Dilip, Divya. So did you practice the program? So Garima, you said you practiced. Geeta. So did you practice the program? Kiran. Kiran, you got the output, you practiced. So I'm unable to spell this name, but still mm, Nada of something. Sorry for that. Nagbabu, Om, Pankaj. So Rajeshwari, you understood the program? Rajeshri, Ramya, Santosh, you told you practiced. Very good. Smita, what happened, Smita? You practiced the program, you got the output. Naveen, okay. And by the way, you people done with that notes writing? Wasim, you practiced, I know. Swapnil and Durga Lakshmi. You guys also, so you got the output, you practiced. Oh, Smita, I hope everything will go well for you. Very good. Nice. Okay, Garima. Very good. No problem. Okay. So, Smita, when you're free or something, I hope you will do that. Take care, please. Okay, Smita. Okay. Please take care. Okay. Guys, tell me. So, done with these 3 points. Can I move to disconnection oriented? Okay. So, Wasim, you did not told me my laptop is running out of charging. I did not think. So, this is what I always forget. So, Koteshwara, please send me the screenshot. I will check and tell you. So, first thing, if you are getting issue with dot, try with localhost. If you are still getting issue with that also, try with your computer name. Then you don't get the connection issues. Please confirm once you guys are done with the program. The 3 points. So, Koteshwara, you need to check your you know computer name. So, just go and check from the properties. Then you will get that. Okay. And my suggestion. So remove that username and password. You go with the you know uh, you go with Windows authentication. Okay. Okay. I'm just moving to disconnection oriented architecture now. Okay, so in order to avoid the above mentioned drawbacks, we are going with a concept called disconnection oriented architecture. So in disconnection oriented architecture, what will happen? So see, we don't need to open the connection and we don't need to close the connection. So here we have a concept called a data set. So by using data set, what will happen? It will store the data in temporary data table. Okay, so from there we'll access the data. Okay, how it will work and all I will just explain. Before that, just note down this diagram, and after that I will go for theory part. Box will be UI, like username, text box, password, text box, that one. Okay, can I go for example now? The explanation part. Done with the diagram? Yes, no, please tell me. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Here we'll see couple of examples. See, first thing here I will explain few things. After that, I will go for our notepad. People will note down. So first point. So in Edugo.NET, we have a class called SQL data adapter. Okay. What is data SQL data adapter will do? It will take care of opening and closing of connections. Okay. So we don't need to write separate code for open and close the connection. So SQL data adapter class will automatically take care of that. Okay. Okay. And one more thing, we have one more class called data set. So this data set is responsible for storing the table data temporarily. Okay. What is that? Table data temporarily. So whenever we are trying to store some data, it will store in table. Okay. From there, it will give us back the data. If you are inserting some data, first it will insert in table. After that, it will insert in a database. So here we are avoiding direct communication with our database. Okay. In our first thing, SQL data adapter is responsible for opening and closing. So now what will happen? What we are doing here, we can avoid our first drawback here. Okay. We can avoid our first drawback. What is the first drawback? If user fails to close the connection, so it may leads to performance issues. But by using SQL data adapter class, by default, it will open and close the connection. It will take care of that one. I will tell. Okay, we'll see that when we are working. Okay. So SQL data reader. So this is fine. And now by using disconnection oriented architecture, even we can read the data also. Okay. And finally, so connection oriented architecture directly is communicating with database, but by using this disconnection oriented architecture, we don't need to directly communicate with database. We can communicate with whom? Dataset or temporary table. So by using that, we can maintain the data. Okay. So from there, we'll get the data, or whenever we are saving the data also, by using this temporary data table or data set, so from there the communication will happen to database. Okay, this is how we'll overcome the drawbacks of disconnection connection oriented architecture. So what are the steps to work with connection oriented architecture? Disconnection oriented architecture means simple. The first step will be same. The second step will be same. So first step is what? Declare namespace. This is same. Common. Create connection is common, same. And now pass the query to whom? SQL data adapter class. Here it will change. It will directly open the connection to database and it will execute the query. Results will stored in data set, and finally SQL data adapter will close the connection. That equals to opening and closing connection to the database and execute the query by using SQL data adapter automatically. So we don't need to write separate code for that one. So who is taking care of all this thing? SQL data adapter. So what is the syntax for creating object is SQL data adapter class name, object name equal to new SQL data adapter. Okay. So now create an object to dataset. See what is dataset. So dataset is a temporary database used to store the data and retrieve the data from database. So it will be like a carbon copy of our database. So the values will store there and will pass from dataset only. It won't allow us to directly communicate with database. Due to this, what will happen? So if hacker tries to hack the application, so they will hack the dataset only. So nothing will happen if they hack the dataset also. Okay. So finally, dataset will read the data bidirectionally. That means top to bottom and bottom to top. We can store the data and we can retrieve the data by using a dataset. And this is what the syntax for dataset. Okay. Finally, what will happen? So we need to fill this data set and data adapter class to get the output. So then what will happen? Then that will bind the data to front end. Okay. This is what disconnection oriented architecture. We'll see some programs on that. Just note down the theory. So this is one of the most important interview questions. Like, what is the difference between disconnection and connection oriented architecture in AWS.NET? Done with the thing? Anyone still writing? Please confirm. Okay. Tomorrow, what we'll see, one program for this username and password validation. When user enters username, the when the username and password both matches, then only user will log in. That is one thing. If that is done successfully, we'll go for a grid view. Like we have two ways of grid view. I will explain both the ways. So I will explain everything. So two ways. One is with code and without coding. So I'll explain both the ways. And once it is done, then I have prepared one project related. So I will give that in our after completion of those two. That is like our task. Not task. It's a mini project. Where is that? I don't know. Project. This one. See, I need 4 web pages. Page 1. All this information needed. Okay. Page 2. This one. Okay. Page 3. This one. Okay. Page 4. Grid view. Okay. This is what my task. So once I will give this task to you guys, we will practice. Once it is done, I will go with the validation part, validation controls. And that's one more concept we have, page life cycle. So validation part, so you people will practice this parallelly and I will explain validations. So when you are practicing, so the next step, you need to keep the validations for your text box and that. See, a text box like username must not be empty, password and confirm password should match, everything like that. So we'll keep that. So once it is done, then we'll go for state management techniques. Okay, state management techniques, I don't waste much time. Just I will go with the theory and I will go with a few examples. And we'll once it is done, we'll immediately move to MVC. Okay, I don't want to waste much time on ASP.NET because so whatever ASP.NET things needed, see this form design, form related, all the concepts. So we are done with this. Okay, so now once you are done with the validation control and done, so then you guys are perfect. Whatever you people needed, so up to that part we already achieved in ASP.NET. So if we teach ASP.NET for 1 more month, then what will happen? So the time on MVC will be decreased. So nowadays MVC is the key factor for getting a job. So I don't want you people to lose more sessions on MVC. So that's the reason we'll move there. We'll move there. See, but anyway, you guys are having knowledge on ASP.NET now. When you are going for interviews or something, so if they ask you questions on ASP.NET also, you can answer now. Why? Because you have some knowledge on ASP.NET. So it's better. It's always better. So something is better. See, something is always better than nothing, right? So now you have something in ASP.NET. You have some criteria. So compared to other people, and you can easily clear the system test also. Okay, fine. So fine. And one more thing, Krishna, I already shared the book. You did not got that. You are not in group. Okay. So once after that we'll go for our MVC and we'll see there also ADB.NET related all the programs and different concepts in MVC. Once everything is done, then we'll go for web API. And after that we'll go for .NET Core, entity framework, everything we'll see that. Okay, fine. So fine. Thanks all for joining. We'll meet tomorrow.